Okay guys, welcome back to Links London and welcome to the Links London global headquarters. Tonight we're going to go through this random pile of Links of London stuff. Now, I was going to make one video about all of this gear and go into each thing in detail. However, in putting this pile of stuff together, there's so much here, I've decided to make a series of posts on the Links London website, blog posts and posts for the Links of London Design Archive, and go into detail of not just the individual pieces here, but there's more dotted around. And also, instead of making one long boring video, I'll make a series of shorter, slightly less boring videos and make a whole YouTube playlist, and we can sprinkle these videos in between the repair and restoration content. So what is all this stuff? Well, it's a mixture of new old stock, so brand new pieces still in their stock bags from Links of London. We've got component parts, so there's watch straps, there's parts there for sweetie bracelets, there's watch components. I've even got here displays from the actual Links of London stores. That one's from Cheshire Oaks. Watch box, packaging, boxes, and some more. I'll go into. We'll take a look at these in a moment. So when we started the Links London website and repairing and restoring vintage and retro original Links of London stuff, it didn't even occur to me that this stuff, the new old stock, the liquidated stock from the original company, would still be around, or certainly not shop fittings and fixtures or liquidated packaging. But it is, and because there was the original company went into administration in 2019, then they couldn't find a buyer for the business as a whole, so it was liquidated, which meant the whole thing was broken up and different bits would have been sold to different specialists in disposing of selling whatever was left and recouping funds for whoever the company and ultimately the liquidators owed money to. So it's a well-trodden route to market. There would have been specialists brought in to take care of the shops and stores, dismantle those and sell off whatever was sellable and put the rest in a skip. And the same would have been for the actual jewellery stock, and it looks like the jewellery stock was broken up into packages or parcels of financially viable, lots people could afford, and probably put into sales and auctions or given to specialists. Ironically, it looks like one of those companies that took quite a lot of it has itself gone into liquidation, so they are liquidating for the second time liquidated stock. It's still overpriced, a lot of it, which is why they haven't sold it. But it's not. They didn't just take care of this sort of stuff. They did also. They overpriced everything. They couldn't sell it for. Some of the stuff's from 2012, and they were trying to get near full retail for it. And even because of the way metals and prices have gone, they still want too much. Anyway, I've acquired, if stuff's the right price, and they don't want me to buy 85 of something for near full retail. If there's low minimum order quantities and the price is right, I think listen, if stuff hasn't sold since 2012, that's pretty good market research. So the chances of us selling it are slim. However, I'd still be interested in small quantities of them because we can create content about them. It'd be good for we're building a Links of London design archive, like cataloguing the stuff we're repairing and restoring. We could add new old stock to that archive as well. So for us, if we can get a handful of pieces, new old stock, it'd be cool for content. That's it. And then we'll put them in the store as well, in the vault section of the website. So this here is a diamond birthstone charm. But I've got rings and bracelets and bangles, and I'll make videos about all of them individually. Then we go on to the component parts. Watch straps, there seems to be a lot of those out there. These are, yeah, as I said, these are component parts. So these are the toggles for the toggle components for Sweetie bracelets. And these, again, these were a good price. So somewhere between, they're a good price for them because their other option was scrapping them for the metal, and we paid more than we paid more than the scrap value, but probably less than it would cost us to have these cast from a master. So everyone's a winner there. Some of we've got a load of these. Some of these are silver, some of them are rose gold vermeil, which we can take back to silver, leave rose gold, or we could gold plate over them, make them gold vermeil. Here we've got some the bodies of watches. Now the watches, once they break, or not even that, like once they need strap repairs and stuff, that people don't really, these are an odd design, should we say? Not an odd, they're quite a cool design, but an unusual design. These are not a simple fix. When the Sweetie watches certainly aren't. It's not as simple as just, it's not the kind of thing that watchmakers, unless they were agents, resellers for Links of London, would really come up against. It's not a design that they're going to see frequently. They're not going to necessarily have the parts. Jewellers that would have the parts might not necessarily have the tools or the dexterity to work on watches, so that's why we have both. So what I was thinking with these, we might actually, I don't have the components for the Sweetie braces, but we could and probably will. I thought it'd be cool to have beaded, we could add beaded bracelets to those. We could do something with them, or we can just use them as spare parts for other ones. This here, now I thought this would be cool for photographs, again for content. These are former branded displays. These were for earrings. There's ones here for pens and rings. These would have gone in windows or in counter displays. I've got a whole bunch of these for earrings as well, but I just thought they didn't cost as much. Now they were probably rescued from a skip when the store closed. Watch boxes, they're watch boxes. They had like watch cases as well, but both the watch cases and these watch boxes, this one's starting to fall apart a little bit, this one's old, but I've got these in very good condition. I've got new old stock ones of these as well, and these are for bracelet style watches. They've got the pad in there, phenomenally well made. I don't know if these were made in our favourite People's Republic, but if they were, they're a very convincing copy of the stuff that comes out of Switzerland. Yeah, phenomenal watch box. This one's starting to, they are a bit, they look fancy, but when you actually dismantle, they're actually a very simple construction, and it's starting to come unglued from age. Again, it's not even from use or from damage. It is literally the glue is just disintegrating with age. But yeah, phenomenally well made boxes. I've got loads of, when it comes to packaging, let's deal with that in a moment. I got a big job lot of liquidated packaging, 2 massive boxes of boxes. And the reason I got these is these are pretty spectacular sized. These would be, they've got like it's quite an unusual design actually. It's got a removable pillow. But they're very well made boxes. I think they're wood. They're almost like a cigar box with a padded lid and a cushion inside. Multiple uses for that. Everything except earrings really. And to have something like that made, I reckon packaging has gone up a lot in recent years, recent decades as well. I reckon when they were trading, probably when they bought these, you could order these in mass. Again, from our favourite People's Republic, they probably cost £3 to £5 back in the day, and they're wood, papered. It's a wooden box covered in paper, with obviously the padding inside, branded. I reckon the way things have gone now, if you wanted something like that today, now you could order something that looks the same on AliExpress in the pictures, and it would probably still cost you, you know, $5, but the quality would be considerably less. I reckon something of that quality now, you're looking at around $10 today, and back in the day, you know, you might pay $3 to $5 for something like that, and add on the volume you were getting, because shipping was a lot less back then as well. You might ship them in, add $1 a piece. Now you're adding sort of $3 a piece. So the price, yeah, the price of these has at least doubled. But what invariably, not only do you end up paying twice what you used to, you get significantly lower quality when they turn up. Yeah, the reason I like these is they're just a very useful, versatile box. I got a good price and great quality box. But those and then they were liquidated stock from the liquidators would have flogged them to a specialist company, and ultimately they were on their way here. It took 5 years, but we got them. Most of this stuff here would have originated from the brand and was either saved from a skip by staff, or the liquidators sold it to specialist resellers, and it probably passed through a few hands before ending up here. Another source of this sort of stuff, which is perfect for us, probably actually going to be more useful than the new stuff, is a lot of private sellers have collections, Links of London collections, and they're selling packaging. Now we're obviously acquiring a lot of vintage and retro pieces, and a good example, I've got 2 sets of cufflinks here that came. A lot of the vintage and retro stuff will come without any packaging. So there are also people selling, you know, sometimes you'll get the wrong packaging. I've got cufflinks that came in jewellery boxes, and that's either because the customer had a little collection of Links London pieces they can find, you know, and one box has gone, or one box, you know, they're mixing up the packaging possibly, or there's the other thing. I think a lot of the time the jewellery went into stores in parcels from their head office or from the suppliers, and the boxes went in, and it was up to the stores, unless there were, you know, like the watches probably came in as a unit, but some of the jewellery, the cufflinks, maybe not the cufflinks, but certainly charms and things like that, the charms would have gone in stock bag, in barcoded branded stock bags like this, and then it was up to the store employees to gift package them effectively, to put them in. I haven't actually opened this. Would be to find a suitable piece of packaging, whether it be gift bag, gift box, you know, suitable in size, and package them. And sometimes they would run out of, or run low of certain types of packaging, so you might end up with cufflinks in jewellery boxes, or jewellery in cufflink boxes. It happens. If you've worked in retail, you'll know. So yeah, these things come in and sometimes the packaging we get with pieces is knackered. So these little lots that people sell off from their personal collection. Also, this one's obviously this is the first time I'm looking at. This particular one here is an older style box, so it come in very useful. Like, even though this wasn't original this wasn't the kind of box the cufflinks would have come in. The cufflink box is actually a little bit harder to find, but yeah, we can put cufflinks in a Links of London branded pouch and then put them in the box, and at least then the customer's getting, if we can roughly figure out, like I say, that's an earlier one, that's a later one, you can find something that roughly matches the period of the piece and put the two together. So yeah, again, this is what, 5 boxes and a pouch we bought from someone. So that would come in handy for something like a card case. It's probably slightly too thin for, actually it would possibly, there's certain, like if we got cufflinks that would chain together, but any gentleman's accessories, or we've got compact, it would be good. I had somewhere a mirror, did I? That doesn't have a box. Perfect. A heart keyring. So yeah, that would have been the box for jewellery or charms. A little bit dirty there. We've got some cardboard cleaner which I need to experiment with. But the good thing about these is, because we're primarily reselling vintage pieces, the boxes don't need to be in fact, it's slightly odd if it would be slightly odd if the boxes were in mint condition, but some of them are usable, some of them are not. And here we have, again, got 3, actually I was only expecting 1, so that's a bonus, 3 branded pouches, perfect for, like I was saying, we get a lot of cufflinks without original packaging. Those 3, for the few pounds we pay for these, most of the time I'm paying, you know, comparable prices for these vintage branded than we would pay for a brand new unbranded black pouch. And these are pretty well, like this packaging is just not, it's actually, it would be quite hard to replace today. If we ordered these, they would probably cost the same links as on the page, but like I say, the quality today you get is not the quality. Like, these are cotton bags. We're not going to get cotton bags today. We're going to get, or certainly not this quality of cotton, or with these type of labels. No chance. Well, we'd have to pay significantly more for it. Again, I think something came in with this. This would be fine for a necklace, but we get pieces. I think this came in with something tiny in it, like a charm. So yeah, what I'm going to do is, as and when these come in, like that box of bits came in there, that's one done. So as and when I'll go through the bits we've already got, and as and when these bits come in and I unbox them, I will create a blog post and video about them, rather than going through in detail all of these bits. We'll get those packaging things out and actually set them up, put some jewellery on them, and see what they look like. But yeah, just a quick overview of some of the new old stock and legacy display stuff that's out there and we're getting in. Right, I'll see you in the next one. I think the next one will be a restoration video, but there'll be more new old stock videos. Toodles.